G'day and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is actually my first one. Just thought I'd do a review on some pickups that I bought leading up to Christmas. It's actually my first ever shoe review. As you can tell by the background, I've been collecting for a little bit, and I just thought I'd eventually just do a review to give you guys an idea of, I suppose, what's been releasing lately. Yeah, so let's suppose we'll get stuck into it. Before I do, most of these are size 8 to US 9. That's sort of where my feet sort of sit around. And I also have my feet are a medium to a narrow size. So for all those that might be wondering. Alright, so first off the bat, let's have a look. So start with this one. So it actually released a little while back. The Air Jordan, it's actually probably my second pair of lows. So it's actually the Air Jordan 1 Shadow, the low version. I think it released, it's probably earlier on in the year. And as you can see, I got it from StockX. Pretty much all leather upper, obviously synthetic leather, so it's not as good as the highs, yeah, so I just find it very nice colour blocking, easy to rock, easy to throw on, and I came across a pair a little while back that were actually on sale, and I didn't pull the trigger on them, and I kind of wish I did, so I ended up paying quite a bit more, ended up paying a resale price, but you know, it is what it is. And I don't believe these come with the extra laces as far as I'm aware, but yeah, they're quite a nice shoe. It's got the Wings logo on the back there, as you can probably tell. If it'll zoom in, there we go, and then yeah, just a little Nike 23 on the tongue there, which is a nice little something different. Obviously the Jordan brand rather than Nike Air. So yeah, that's the Air Jordan 1 Low Shadow. So moving into our next pair, we've got the Adidas Human Race. This is actually the pretty much all black pair that released just recently. I think back at the second last week in November, around November 19th. Again, pretty nice colorway. I got these for retail. Retail was, I think, $350 on these. So I was on the Adidas website when they first dropped, and I managed to cop a pair. And then I thought I'd try my luck and go in store in Chadstone, and I managed to pick them up and yeah, try them on in the store, and I so ended up getting them then and there. And then I basically, when the other pair arrived that I'd ordered online, I ended up sending them back just because obviously I don't need two pairs. These are prominent upper, it's quite stretchy. I'm not exactly sure what that says on the tongue. I'm guessing it might be Human Race, in obviously another language. You've got the white laces. I don't believe that's a 3M, but it might be on the white laces. But and then you've got the EVA in the midsole there, and then obviously you got the boost on there. And that's actually probably the first pair that's got the black boost instead of, usually it's a white rather than a black in this case. But yeah, it's easy to wear all round shoe. I believe it comes with extra laces, if I'm not. Yeah, so I've got some. I'll show you this pair instead. Yeah, it's got the extra black laces, and they've got the 3M in them. And yeah, they're just easy to wear colorway. I've got a couple of other ones, and they're just easy to throw on when you just need to go. And yeah, they're just comfy. And they won't get dirty too easily. That's generally why I go for the darker shoes. So yeah, again, prime knit, And yeah. The next shoe, another human race, as you can tell with the heel on the back. These are again a size 8, as you can tell by the tag there. Not really any colourway written on the label, so it makes it a bit tricky. And again, very nice colourway. These very similar to the previous one, just green prime knit with the word moon, and it's actually, I quite like that because it's actually stitched in rather than just being sort of printed on. Obviously the white midsole, it being in the boost, and then you've got those yellow hints, and I quite like that it's a nice breakup of the colour. And then you've got the I suppose the striped pink laces, and then that salmon finish on the heel, and the different sort of trail sole, which is a different touch. I managed to I actually had a pair of these a little while back, but they were a bit big, and I ended up paying them off to my friend, and he was happy to take them, and I was just trying to look around for another pair and couldn't quite find it, so I ended up going to StockX, obviously paying resale, but I plan on wearing these a lot, so it's a nice addition and an easy colourway to rock, and something with a little bit of, I suppose, a bit of shine to it, and yeah, so I'm looking forward to wearing those. And yeah, so it's a nice little close up, the heel, and yeah. On to the next shoe, and if I'm not mistaken, another pair of lows. And this is the Air Jordan 1 Low Gym Red. A lot of people will be a fan of this just because of the colour, I guess, being very similar to that. Very similar to that of the high versions, the both the reverse bred and the original black and red. So yeah, these are again synthetic leather, so it's not going to be fantastic quality, but an easy pair to just rock, and I suppose for me not be afraid to probably beat them up a bit, just because they're not going to, they're just a bit like a everyday wearer. Obviously you got the red on the outsole there, and obviously the Jordan on the nylon tongue there, and then the Nice Wings logo at the back there. If it'll zoom in, and yeah, so it's a nice shoe. I just thought of it as just something easy rather than spending resale on the high version. These were just a much easier cop, and they were $160, so pretty much retail. And I think a big thank you to Butch from off Facebook. He managed to have these for sale and did me a retail price on these, so I really appreciate that from him. And yeah, so up next, a lot of people know this pair. Probably actually a lot of people were waiting for this pair, and it's because it's got a very similar look to another pair. And that pair is going for quite a bit at the moment, and that's the Air Jordan 1 Mocha. It looks very, I suppose in some aspects very similar to another shoe. The price on those is astronomical, and there is no way I'm paying that much. Yeah, so another Air Jordan 1. These I wasn't able to get them for retail, unfortunately, so I did pay resale. They cost me I wouldn't say an arm and a leg, but a lot cheaper than the very similar looking shoe that were released a little while back. And these are much better, I suppose, much better leather when it compares to the lows. Obviously you got that nubuck or suede nubuck on the back there, which is a nice touch. It does kind of change when you brush it like so. leather upper, Nike Air on the tongue, and yeah, it's just yeah, nice easy shoe. I do wear my Jordans, my Jordan 1s a lot actually, which is good. I mean, they're not the most comfiest, but I usually throw an insole in and it does the trick. And yeah, very nice shoe. White leather on the side panels is not too bad, but yeah, it's not a top quality shoe like in regards to the material, but it's certainly a nice look. It's got it's got a nice breakup. That black toe sort of really, I don't know, just something about it looks really nice. The black toe on it, so. Sorry, didn't cop them for retail, unfortunately. The next shoe is, some people know this, the Nike Air Uptempo, size US 8. Very nice clean colourway. I've been hunting for this for quite some time. I think it started, I just remember seeing them a heap of colours released in the last couple of years. I think these were released probably 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken, at JD's, and ended up, I think they were released in my local JD's, actually in Frankston, and I managed to go in there after work, and thankfully they had I had a US 8 pair, one pair left, the one pair, and that was pretty much on the shelf, and yeah, I was stoked, tried them on and the fit was good, so I ended up copying these for retail, and they were, I think, $230 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so very happy with these. I've sort of been hunting for these for a while. I think it's probably a bit of nostalgia, especially for this one, just because I think it's in that movie George of the Jungle, where the shipping crate pops open, and there he is back about to head back to the jungle, and he pulls these out of the bag and throws them on his feet, and just, yeah, very nostalgic, these ones. They do have the air unit in the bottom, as you can see there, and I believe that most of it's like a nubuck upper, tough with the rope laces, and also the little knuckles, and yeah, it's a very nice shoe. Nice tick on the back there. Yeah, as soon as I saw these, I was like, yeah, I really wanted to get them. Thankfully I got them for retail, which was really good, so that helped a lot. And yeah, was very happy with this. Very happy with this cop. So, and obviously extra laces is not really a thing on these, as far as I'm aware. But yeah, they're quite comfy, and yeah, I was pretty happy with them. And some people, well, most people will know this. This, obviously, familiar looking box. This is the second release of the Easy 350 V2 Bread colorway in the US. This is probably the only US 9, I believe, in this lot, just because they do fit quite. See US 9 there. They do fit quite tight around the toe, and I was, again, these ones, very lucky to get them for retail. And that's the shoe there. Very nice colorway, and I remember when they first released, and they were so hard to get, especially over here in Australia. Very hard to get, and the bots were all over them, and resellers and everything. But yeah, so I've always kind of had my eye on these, but obviously the prices were just astronomical on these. There was no way I was going to fork out that much money. I did manage to get the previous similar all black version, as you might be able to tell, that one behind me, and that's just with the red stripe in the heel, but it's the newer design where it's got the or it's almost see-through stripe down the side. And then when I heard these were restocking, I was pretty happy. I was just hoping that I'd get a pair, and fortunately I managed to win 3 raffles, and I was pretty stoked actually. I managed to win those 3 raffles, and when obviously I didn't need 3 pairs, so I thought I'll sell the other 2 and keep this pair as a personal pair. I'm very happy with it. It's quite a nice thick material upper prime knit on the Yeezys, on this pair in particular, and that black just gives it a nice hint. The black, I like the actual back tabs on these. I don't know, it just gives it a finished look. That's just me. I don't know, it gives it a nice touch, and it just, to me, it looks weird when that's not there. So, but yeah, it's quite nice. And obviously you got your boost on the outer sole there, and very comfy shoe. I'm looking forward to rocking this a bit. So yeah, they I don't believe they come with extra laces, but yeah, it's a very nice fit. Again, that's why I went for the US 9. That toe box fits really tight on these, so I usually I recommended going half size up, and it does the job. So it's quite a nice shoe, and I've been wanting it for a while, but obviously you're not going to pay resale prices that are astronomical. So yeah, and last but not least, some of you will probably know that box, and this was another retail cop. That's the size tag. These are actually an 8.5. This is the I think it released probably the second last week of November. Much anticipated. There's so much anticipation behind this. The Air Jordan 4 Fire Red. So this one I also managed to cut for retail, which I was pretty happy with. I wasn't sure how crazy it was going to be. And luckily, I think I managed to get them on the Foot Locker website. They dropped. I was sitting around for a while actually, and I thought, I'm ignoring, and I thought, well, go for it if it's retail. And then I realised that they were US 8, so I tried to go for the Sneaker Boy raffle. And thankfully I ended up hitting on that in my size 8.5, and so I was pretty happy with that. So I ended up selling the US 8 and got these instead. I kept these personal wear. I'm yet to rock them, but I'm planning on rocking a lot. Just nice leather, easy to wear just because of the material. It's easy to keep clean just because of the leather. Obviously you've got your Nike Air on the back there. That tends to be what a lot of hype is. And obviously true to the OG, what Michael Jordan used to wear. Obviously the Air unit in the back, in the end there, and then you've got your net, like things, your lace nets, I suppose, lace hole nets. Yeah, and then obviously your netting there, and obviously there's your outsole for the mix of the herringbone traction. So yeah, it's just a nice shoe, easy to wear shoe, colourway, just a nice mix of colours I find. So yeah, very nice colourway, easy to wear. So so that's quite a few pairs actually. But yeah, If you need any on feet, I don't think I've ever done it on feet, but if you want, leave a comment, and if you really want, and I can put something together. I'm not the most stylish person, so I'll probably just throw on a pair of pants and give it on feet. But yeah, if you're after that, then I can. But apart from that, yeah. So yeah, enjoy your New Year's, and stay safe, and yeah, thanks for watching. Take care.